And I'm back. Fraud, he stopped the clock? I know. Scammed. Alright. Let's go. Devil May Cry 3. New game. Normal. Gaming.
Devil May Cry.
Gaming to occur. Shortly. Are you ready for this gaming that's about to occur? I'm gonna hit every release on the first mission. Oh, there's one. There's one. Here it comes. Oh no 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 no. Oh no no. Oh, there's two. Oh no 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 no. Here it comes. Gaming's about to occur. Oh, there's three. No! Fuck! God damn it. Does anyone speedrun DMC3 with Virgil? Yeah. In fact, I had every single world record with Virgil at one point. We just recently allowed using a turbo controller to match summon swords with Virgil, so I might go back to running Virgil again. That was the main reason I stopped. It just hurt my hands. Dang it, I didn't S rank. It's okay, you'll hit Gigazor and Banhart. Well, I literally don't even know like what Banhart is, so I don't think I'll hit Banhart. But I will hit Gigazip. I'm a legend. And yes, really. I don't know what you're asking about, really about, but yes, really. Oh. Yeah, I know what it is, but I don't know like what it is. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, man? Like, I know it's a good strat for killing Leviathan Heart, where you use like DTE or whatever, but I don't know like how to do it. Turbo controller for Virgil summon swords? Yes, because literally you just match summon swords like the whole run, and it absolutely annihilates your hands. So we did a vote on it, and we're like, yeah, you can use turbo for that. So I might go back to running Virgil because of that. At some point, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to do at least a cake run with Virgil. Yo, let's go! I can afford Stinger even though I got an A rank on mission 1. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it does. I'm glad I checked. Let's go, dude. Gaming. Oh! I should stop before I get banned for nutting on stream. Man, don't judge me for getting this crystal. It's a bloodshot. Eating gamer. You know what a dog show You definitely take first place. Probably fitting with the Navy of drivers yourself. You let me know how it goes. Godspeed, sir. You're doing God's work. Please fix them. Oh! Did it turn off anti-aliasing for Final Fantasy 13? Why? That was a good mission 3. I always put it first, Unholy. You just gotta be part of the notification gang. Thanks, Bubbles. That was sick. They have bad mascara otherwise. You don't want bad mascara. You want good mascara. Here we go. Pause, champ. Hold your pogs. Pause. Alright, so if I hit this release, I will zip through the wall and skip the rest of the level, including the Gigapede boss fight. But I only have 3 frames to hit it. And I need to not aggro this guy I'm aiming at right here. Let's stay on this railing, and I missed it. Okay. Well, tragic. Ah! Oh! There goes 2 minutes time loss. My releases are so good today, too. My honest reaction. Crying and shitting myself right now. Yeah, the best part about that trick is that you literally only get 1 try at it. Because if that guy aggroes, then you're just completely fucked and you can't do it anymore. Because you use him as like a way to get yourself to go the right direction so that when you zip, you land where you want to land and don't just fly out of bounds. Also, apparently you can actually do that in Cake. Zerx found a way how to do Giga Zip during a Cake run the other day. Why is 3 frame window? Because you have to do a gold release on his attack, and that's what gives you the zip. And you only have 3 frames to hit that. Yeah, so apparently if you like hug the left wall, you can not aggro that guy and grab the blue fragment and then come back. I just got my ass beat. Yeah, thanks for the 15 months. Fire.com. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This fight fucking sucks. Especially when you get Omega bad RNG like this. I fucking hate Gigapede. Come back! Thank you. Well, that was awful. That's why we skipped this boss. Maybe not enough FPS, ban it. Yeah, thanks, CD. Glad you enjoy. Is it just mirrored blood oils? Look kind of tasty. Okay, scammed. Scammed. Does the PS4 run at 60 though? I just assume that all consoles run at 10 FPS because they usually do. Look like gummy worms? A little bit. Not at all worm-like, but definitely gummy-like. Yeah, but there's a lot of games that run at 60 FPS in quotation marks that don't actually run at 60 FPS, like RE4, for instance. RE4 OG on console runs at 60 FPS, but it actually runs at 59.99 FPS, and that 1 FPS is a big enough difference to make minecart skip not doable. 60 FPS in quotation marks with lots of frame drops and not actually 60 FPS. We can legally say it runs at 60 FPS. That's what they say on console. But that's very different than like PC gamer 60 FPS. That's gonna be the interesting about CS2. Like, people play Counter-Strike at 300 FPS, and I mean at 300 FPS. Like, it is a solid 300 FPS and stays there all the time, like including myself. And like, if it feels like shit if it goes below 300 FPS. So I'm curious how CS2 is gonna handle that. PC HTC GigaZip works, yeah. That's like 60 FPS, you know, like actually like this game, for example, is at 60 FPS and it will never drop below 60 FPS ever because it's a PC game, PS2 game, you know, being played on a 4080. Much as you love DMC3, you suck at it so bad. It's a hard game, man. Very hard. Did you ever get CS2 beta access? I still haven't gotten it. I really want to play it. It looks fun. I don't think I ever will because I never play matchmaking. Honestly though, like the more I watch of the beta, I'm like, man, this game is really far from coming out. Like this is not, it's supposed to come out summer this year, but I'm talking like the very last day of summer probably. It's like August 31st. Which is fine, like I want them to take their time and make it like really, really polished, but they like keep adding new features and they also got like a bunch of small bugs and stuff to fix all the time. It's not like rough, but like it needs to be perfect because it's Counter-Strike, you know? Like I watched a video today where a guy was like going around Mirage and like with the newest update of the beta, be like, look, like these are the things that are weird with the movement. Like you can't jump on top of Firebox from the back on Mirage right now, even though everything's the same height. Like the movement's just a little weird. And like the jump on top of default from the stairs is like a lot harder right now than it is in CSGO. There's like a bunch of like really small weird movement stuff like that. Or like here's a good example. They added a new buy menu and you can refund stuff in the buy menu that you bought that round. So like, let's say like you're solo queuing and like 3 people buy ops, you can like refund the op and buy an M4. But there was like a glitch where, well, it wasn't even really a glitch, just an oversight. Like you could buy helmet and armor and then refund the helmet and armor and then just buy armor and you would like get the money back. So you could like infinite dupe money. Which is something that like, such a simple oversight, right? But like, if anything like that at all exists in the game, then like comp is just completely broken. Still waiting for Half-Life 3? Bro, there's been like 20 Half-Life games. Why are you waiting for Half-Life 3? Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2 Part 1, Half-Life 2 Part 2. There's 3 already. Half-Life Opposing Force, Half-Life Blue Shift. Counter-Strike Condition Zero, Portal, Left 4 Dead. These are all Half-Life games. Counter-Strike. There's like 25 Half-Life games. Half-Life Alyx, yeah. Half-Life 3 exists, you just have to play it. What if Half-Life Alyx was called Half-Life 3? And then like parentheses, Alyx. I mean, it's a prequel, right? It's like DMC3. It's a prequel. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, Bloodshot. I hate to break it to you. Wouldn't make sense because Half-Life Alyx takes place before the events of 2. You're right. There's no way that you could ever make a game number 3 and have it take place before the events of the first 2 games. That wouldn't make any sense. Cough, MGS, cough. Yeah, or the game I'm playing right now. What's up, Grim? How you doing, dude? How you doing, Hooskies? Literally the game I'm playing right now is that. Yeah, but I feel like some people didn't know that. But yeah, I didn't know that MGS3 was a prequel either. I never played MGS. It's actually really common that the third game in a franchise is a prequel. Also, Opposing Force and Blue Shift are basically mods, hardly a full game. And yeah, I get what you mean with DMC3. MGS does the same thing. Usually Japanese games that do that, yeah. But like, Opposing Force and Blue Shift are cool. Half-Life is barely a full game. The speedrun's only like 20 minutes long. Also, you know, it being a mod of the game doesn't make it not a good game. Dota is a mod. Counter-Strike is a mod. Left 4 Dead is basically a mod. Left 4 Dead is literally just like Half-Life, but with zombies. The RE3 also. That's a good example. How did I play MGS3 and not know it was a prequel? I didn't play MGS3. Because I don't play movies and pretend they're video games. I've actually never played a Half-Life game. I just like talking shit. Half-Life 1 is like one of the best speed games ever though, so like I'd play it just for that. Tried playing through 1 casually, it's fine but it didn't age very well. Yeah, for sure, I could see that. That's one of those games where it's like, honestly, I don't even know if I would want to play it casually, but the speedrun is just so sick. It's kind of like Titanfall, you know? Like, someone should make a mod for Titanfall 2 that just removes the Titan sections, and then, like, you just do the pilot levels. Just speedrun that. What's up, Demke? Yeah, I would just call it Fall. Just remove the Titans. Ever play a Borderlands game? Unfortunately, yes. Not a huge fan. Never beat them. Played a couple hours and just was like, stopped. Now I'm a little motivated. I love the deathmatching and opposing force on certain maps. You can get a weapon that's basically a penguin with a grenade strapped to its back. It runs after the nearest target in front of you and explodes. That sounds fucking sick. I didn't even know there was multiplayer in opposing force. Tante could finally morb. That hurt my soul that you just said that. Why would you say that? I always just kind of thought that Borderlands is obnoxious, and I'm not a big fan of RPG elements. Also, I'm not a fan of like MMO RPG elements, like, oh, I'm gonna kill this boss 100 times so I can get the weapon that he drops 1% of the time. And then I'm gonna use that to harness my build or whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And that's what I love about Counter-Strike. It's just, you play the video game. There's no like loadouts or like skill trees or none of that shit. You just fucking boot up the game. Everyone's got the same shit. And the mechanics are just solid as hell. You know what I mean? Yes, I did know that Devil May Cry is a prequel. Devil May Cry 3, I mean. Pause champ. Wait, like about Fortnite? Fortnite poggers. I hope we don't get a Resident Evil PvP. We've gotten like 3 in the last year. Maybe not the last year. We got 3 in the last 3 years, probably. Alright, gaming is about to occur. Gaming will occur here. Maybe not. Oh, I choked! Oop. I choked. Sass. But yeah, I mean, like, what? Reverse? That's Resident Evil PvP, and then there was also that Project Resistance. That was also PvP. Yeah, I'll submit to the next one. Next GDQ. I mean, no guarantees will take me, but... I submitted to the last one, too. This didn't accept me. Does Operation Raccoon City have PvP? I don't think so, does it? Day 2 of waiting for DMC 1, no damage. Soon, TM. It'd be a lot easier to do this trick if the Enigma didn't just miss every shot. There we go. Get on the lose by submitting? Yeah, for sure. I used to put a lot of like weight on it and thinking like, oh, it's like a huge career move or whatever to have a GDQ run. That's not really the case anymore. It used to be a long time ago, but it's not really the case anymore. No one cares. And so I used to like structure my content around that. Like, okay, like what run should I grind so that I could get it into GDQ? But I am gonna stop doing that. I stopped doing that like last event, kind of. I kind of did it a little bit last event, but you know, I'm gonna try to totally stop doing that because it just doesn't fucking matter. I got like no benefit out of doing GDQ runs like content-wise, really. So. I mean, I get some like personal fulfillment out of doing it, but I get like way more value out of just like making a YouTube video, doing a challenge run. Back CMA GDQ. It's fun. I like doing it. It's one of my favorite things, especially in person. I run something on GDQ. I've run like 6 games at GDQ. Trolling. Ran Halo Infinite, Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 3 twice. Left 4 Dead 2 twice. And if you include hotfix shows, I've ran Left 4 Dead like 3 more times. I've also ran RE3 Remake once. I've done a lot of GQ runs. Woo! Woo! Nice. Nevin Best Devil Arm. I want to do a Nevin only run soon. I got Mizuki, who is like a really awesome style player, to start speedrunning this game, and he's been doing a lot of fucking around with Nevin, and it's really cool. There's some really cool stuff. They need to make a DMC movie. In what capacity would you think that's good whatsoever? Like, I just don't see any sort of reality where that would end up being good. Nah, it's useless, comrade. The only weapons we use in the speedrun are Rebellion, Beowulf, and Agni Rudra, and Cerberus. Yeah, I'm working my way through content and challenge runs and stuff. I got a bunch of Left 4 Dead mutations to go through, and some actual speed runs I want to do. Could go both ways. Or to being complete, more than just being a complete disaster, you never know, I guess. But have you ever seen an adaptation of a video game go well? I mean, Mario, I guess. That movie was pretty good. Sonic, I heard, was okay, but yeah. It's your schedule, yeah. I mean, dude, I love these WaifuThons, but they take up so much of the schedule, actually. Like, one whole day, it doesn't feel like a lot, but I feel like I've been doing them a lot more than once a week lately. Just trying to fill the archive channel with content. But I should be get back to doing them like once a week, like actually once a week. Now that would be on a schedule. I'll do it every Friday is the plan. Take Sundays off. Saturday would probably be Left 4 Dead with Punchy. Ever thought about running RE3 original? I have thought about committing suicide more than I've thought about doing that. That sounds awful. Nevin only with a Guitar Hero controller? That would be really cool. Except for you have to play on a Guitar Hero controller. And that sounds awful. But like, conceptually, very fun idea. I also don't own a Guitar Hero controller. But I want to get one. My girlfriend really wants to play Clone Hero. After watching the Clone Hero showcase at GDQ. So like... Maybe a move, honestly. That'd be kind of fun. Let's have gameplay Extremo. Welcome, dude. That even work? Yeah, I mean, just have to bind it to stuff. I don't know what you would... You could bind Strum to attack, I guess, because that would be a good meme. Nevin only would take forever. No, I don't think so. I think you get like a 120 Nevin only. Honestly. I think Nevin only would not be that much slower than like Swordmaster speedrun. Oh, thanks, Sabs. I thought I changed it. I'll change it right now. Oh, I forgot to hit save. XZ. On Twitch. It was just open, but I never hit save. XZ's up. Gunslinger only would be pretty slow, yeah. Gunslinger only would be more close to like a no style run though, because you just wouldn't use Gunslinger. You just would use nothing. Because the Gunslinger is slow. Well, I mean, you have to have the Gunslinger equipped, obviously, for the run, but, you know, like... There are no moves in Gunslinger that would be useful. So you would literally just be doing like a no style run. That's why I wanted to do one of those alternate reality speedrun videos where like I did like DMC3, but you know, you have to use Swordmaster. Like, how does that make the speedrun different? That was cool, but for Gunslinger, it's like I can't just like, oh, I have level 3 Gunslinger from the start, because it's just like I wouldn't use the style. But I was thinking I could do like guns only speedrun. That'd be cool. Start with like Gunslinger level 3 and just I'm only allowed to use guns. Probably be using like Artemis and Spiral most of the time. I could also like do it on DDMK and give myself like every gun at the same time. That'd be another fun way. I did not get the despawn. This is so sad. And I wasted my release. What's up, Bird Blaster? You're good. How are you? Hey, I got the second despawn though. Augers. I live my life only using Gunslinger for Faust. Such a boring style. It's so sad. It's really cool, but like it doesn't have enough utility to be by itself. You know, like if you're like have style switching on or something, and then like there are some really cool, unique moves and stuff, but like it's not good enough to carry the whole game. Like you can't just like. Now on this mission, you get unlimited double trigger, but the game constantly drains your HP. It's a gimmick of the mission while you're holding like a certain item. What's up, Kenny? You guys talk a lot of shit about DMC2 for knowing nothing about it. The guns are dog shit in DMC2. The guns in DMC1 are so much stronger, and same with DMC3, they're way stronger. It's just that like you have to shoot guns a lot of the time in DMC2. Just because the enemy design is kind of ass. Wow, what a horse fight. Woo! That was sick. I don't think I've ever had such a good horse fight. Reboot would have been a good game if it wasn't a DMC game. Okay, name one other game made by that same studio and say it's a good game. That's right, you can't, because you would never even have heard of Reboot if it wasn't called DMC. Because it's not good. Dissidia? I've never heard of that. Which proves my point. Like, if Reboot wasn't produced by Capcom and wasn't called Devil May Cry, then you would have never heard of it before. I did the original because I tried to do the remake, Lawson, and it was running at 30 FPS. So I had to take an L on that one. What's up, Control Your Sins? But yeah. Made Enslaved, Heavenly Sword, and Hellblade. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3. The only one of those I've heard of is Heavenly Sword, and it was awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. making a Hellblade 2. That's cool. Was the first one any good? What's up, yes, though? In their defense, Mona, it's not entirely Ninja Theory's fault that Reboot came out the way it did. I think that Reboot would have been a much better game if Capcom just stuck to their guns and like let them do what they wanted to do. Because originally, Capcom gave the project to Ninja Theory and was like, we want you to do something that is very much not Devil May Cry. Like, we want you to reboot Devil May Cry, but don't make it Devil May Cry. They told them that specifically. And so that's what they did. And then when they released that first trailer, literally the internet went fucking, we're gonna come to your house and murder your family mode. And so Capcom backpedaled and was like, no, make it more like Devil May Cry now. And so you end up with this like failed abortion of a video game that's like halfway something different, and then like halfway through production they're like, okay, change it, you know? And so now it's something that no one cares about instead of being something that someone cared about. Like, it's made for nobody. You know what I mean? Like, who is Reboot made for? Like, nobody. Because it's not made for like a completely new audience, because they stopped and made it more like Devil May Cry. And it's not made for original Devil May Cry fans because, well, it originally wasn't supposed to be for original Devil May Cry fans. So if Capcom wasn't a bunch of pussies, they would have just been like, you know what, Ninja Theory, just keep doing what you're doing. Make whatever you want. It probably would have been a pretty good game. You know? Because it might not have been like what Devil May Cry fans wanted, but at least it would have been its own thing that actually has an identity. But Reboot's like stuck in the middle. It doesn't get to be either. It doesn't get to be like its own unique thing, and it also doesn't get to be OG Devil May Cry. But I think is the big problem with Reboot. To be fair, they made Dante look like a mix of a crack lady / self-insert Ninja Theory CEO. I mean, it doesn't matter. Fucking Mario is literally an overweight plumber. Like, who cares? It's still good, you know? The game could be good regardless. That member kill. Thanks, brother. Yeah, now I stream on Archive channel and the Highlight channel and Twitch at the same time. I'll see, like, give it a couple months probably on the streaming on the Highlight channel, and if it doesn't seem to affect my uploads, then I'll probably start streaming on the main channel too. I'm just afraid that streaming on the channel will make the uploads not do as well. So I'm testing it out with the Highlight channel. Boy, you gotta consider YouTube as well. DDD, so it'd be four at once. Yo, full. Twitch ain't been at nobody. They fired like 90% of their trust and safety like a year ago. They're not gonna notice some 200 viewer Andy multi-streaming. Besides, if they did, I would just permanently switch to YouTube. So they would just lose content. I don't like streaming on YouTube as much, but I mean, YouTube is a platform that'll exist in 3 years, unlike Twitch. So. It's a shame too, Kenny, because there's like a lot of stuff that could be fixed like really easily. Like Mephisto's and Devil May Cry 4 are basically just Fallen. But they have like a really big JC hitbox, like you could jump cancel off of them. Like Fallen in this game would be so fun to fight if they had like a JC hitbox that's like 2 times the size of their body. Like Mephisto's do in DMC4. It'd be so much more fun to fight. DMC3 may be the best game ever made, but it does have some flaws. Twitch is like a toddler trying to grab a fork and putting it in an outlet. Actually, real. Real. Unfortunately. All the best games have blatant flaws, like how RE4 has the entire island section. That's true. Spot the lie. You can't. Don't die, but that's the strat. It's fast. I didn't do a very good job of setting up the death warp, but this fast. Death abuse? Don't abuse Death. He's a good guy. He just does a job that no one else wants to do. He gets a lot of flack for it, too. Someone's got to do it. My tummy hurts. I'm hungry. I am kind of hungry, guys. We don't have any food in the house. I was supposed to go grocery shopping this morning, but my girlfriend was feeling kind of sick, so we didn't end up going. But now we have no food and I'm hungry. Is holy water is to kill all non-boss enemies? No. Holy water is just a set amount of damage. It's just not normal. A lot of regular enemies die to one holy water. Hear me out, a DMC game with no enemies that are annoying. Impossible. I just had Little Cedars like 2 days ago though. But I don't want to DoorDash or anything because it's like $30. Ordering food is so expensive. Unless it's pizza. For some reason Little Caesars is like so cheap, but I had leftover nuggies from yesterday and I threw them away because I'm grieving. Like, I'm not gonna eat these 2 chicken tenders. It'll be fine. It was not fine. I never heard of that, comrade. What's that? Tell me about it. I'm getting pretty fucking hungry though. Got some nuggets this morning along with 4 corn dogs. 4 whole corn dogs? The glizzy gobbler over here. Jesus. Oh yeah, I was hungry. Yeah, you were. Jesus Christ. The glizzy gobbler, dude. Glizzy. That's the most American thing you've ever heard. Oh, dude, I got leftover mac and cheese. Let's fucking go. I forgot. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, and I wouldn't last if I was with Lady. Wait, that's not what we're talking about. Mac and cheese does slap. Or 2 burritos. Do you put beans in your burritos? I'm not a fan of beans. They're kind of cursed. Books. Huge flying turtle in space. I have heard of the flying turtle in space. I'm kind of cursed. Bro, look at a picture of baked beans inside of an Xbox 360 controller and tell me I'm the cursed one. I'll never be able to eat beans again. Crazy. Huh. Honestly, maybe I should buy a Guitar Hero controller just to do that Nevin Guitar Hero controller run. That'd be like really good content, actually. Yeah, it's a new game normal. It's kind of a shit meme, but like also it's a good meme. It'd be like really clickable. Make for a good thumbnail. Dude, I wonder if I could do something cool with it. Like, what if I, like... Oh, you could... It would be so hard to code this, but you could do, like... What if you program the controller so that... Alright, like, hear me out here. You have to, like, input your inputs with the strum, but, like, you can hold the fret buttons to change... Oh, man. Like, okay. Open strum is just, like, just attack button. It's sword. Right? But then you hold like the red fret button and then press the attack button, or like you hold the red fret button and then strum, and that inputs like a style input. And like you could put lock on to green. Got it. What would you, I guess, man, how do you move around though? That's the hard part. I need 4 buttons for directional movement. Star power control tilt to walk forward. Oh my god. Cursed. Style switch on movement. Maybe. What's that, Red Jake? They also had a small D-pad. That could work. What if I like have a Dance Dance Revolution controller that I stand on top of? So cursed. How the runs going? They're going okay. I mean, I could probably beat the game with like up, down, left, right, and just attack, but would be very fun. I released, but I missed the enemy entirely. Oh, what a flex. He wasn't dead? I thought he died. Yeah. Yeah, Red Jake. I was having a little bit of a rough time. It's a lot better now, though. Thank you. I don't think... I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it. I want to buy a Guitar Hero controller anyways. Just so I can play Clone Hero. My girlfriend likes to play Clone Hero too, so... It would be a good meme. I think that maybe you could do something like DDR pad on the floor, Guitar Hero controller in your hands. You could do some really cool stuff. Like, it would take a while to program, but you could do some really cool stuff. Like, you're holding down green is lock on, and then like, so you could do like Stinger, right? If you like hold down green, and then strum is like attack, right? And you're like holding forward on the D-pad or the DDR pad. Should I totally miss that alert? I'm sorry. I'm guessing it was a PayPal thing. Type it again in chat if you did it, or what it was. I missed it. Chat, help me. I was looking at that game. Pretty sure up and down on the D-pad is the same as strum up, strum down. Well, I would bind it to something separate. Orange could be style. Well, you would want lock on and style to be next to each other so that you could do lock on style attacks. VR pad, Guitar Hero controller, Xbox Connect, Oculus headset. Yes. The trifecta, dude. Everything you need. I'm sorry for missing that alert, whatever it was, but thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe it was a raid? Might have been a raid. Was it a raid? Did someone just raid me? Or host me? Red Jake sub for Prime. Yeah, well, thank you, Red Jake. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sizzy, for telling me as well. Thanks for the primer, man. Much love. I still haven't had like a more sophisticated way of being able to see my Twitch alerts when I'm streaming like this, because I don't have my chat open. I'm glad I missed that, because I actually want that release. I've been Shrek, dude.
One silent turn ticket $10.
Yo, Silent One, thanks for the $10, bud. Appreciate that. That one I caught because I just died. Dying good.
Link slump big reebs for 29 months.
Yeah, Lean Slap, thanks for the 29 months, dude. Appreciate that. Much love. Thank you guys so much. Please consider supporting on Patreon instead in the future if you're able to. That way Twitch doesn't steal half the money and you get a lot more rewards, like custom mutations for Left 4 Dead 2 and all sorts of fun shit.